Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning students. In this video session, I would like to continue our 12th standard evolution chapter. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುನ್ನಾಡಿ evolution chapter introduction completed. How our life origin, based on the different theories, life origin on the earth, how it is happened, that and all completed. In the last of that video session, I said about a chemical evolution. Chemical evolution means life origin from the inorganic substances. From the inorganic substances onwards, organic substances. Organic substances after that will leads to the origin of the life. Okay. That evidences wise one of the experiment I will be continue in this video, and evidences of evolution, that and all everything we have to see in this video session. Let me start today video session. See na evidences for biological evolution. Okay, life origin on that earth, origin after several variations. By the several variations, a primitive organism onwards, advanced organisms. I mean little bit developed, like biological evolution time we seen. I mean biological classification of animal kingdom, protozoa onwards up to now human race, how they are evolved. That and all we seen. So that and all we have to see. Okay, here if I say theoretical, nana this is the process happened in the theories. By the theories explanation if I gave, nobody is not yet understand. Everybody need evidences. Any evidences is there now, evolution wise any evidences. So by the evidences only we have to get idea and we have to support, and then we understand the concept. So here evolutionary wise several evidences are available. What are that evidences? Maybe that evidences regarding to paleontological evidences. Paleontological evidences means with the help of the fossils we can able to say organisms are evaluated from the one race to another organisms. And then embryological evidences, when the different organisms developmentation, embryological studies, we can get some idea. And then comparative anatomy, in their body anatomy. Anatomy means internal body organs. Internal organs are how they are arranged in the body. That comparatively we have to know. By the understanding of these different aspects, we will understand the evolutionary process, how it is happened. Okay. And then along with that, biogeographical evidences also is there. Biogeographical evidences. And then cell molecular evidences also is there. Simply I will give some examples for this. Paleontological evidences based on the fossils. Embryological evidences based on the embryonic developmentation of the different organisms. Comparative anatomy, different organisms, internal body organs, comparison based on the comparison of their internal organs, how they are functioning. And then biogeographical, different places, organisms based on the places, geographical places, how the organisms are evaluated. And cell molecular, it is a recent technology. Recent technology means if you take any two organisms, there is any similarities are there. Based on their DNA arrangement, we can able to get idea. Okay. Now one by one we will know. So first one, I will tell about paleontological evidences. Paleo means, paleus means old, on means extincted. Once upon a time that organisms are existed on that earth, but nowadays not yet available. They are extincted. Okay, but olden days they are existed. Okay, such a organisms after death, some of the remnants will be present in between of the two rocks, or maybe layers of the soil, layers of the rocks. Based on that examination of that one, we will know the organism's evolution. That only here I mentioned study of the prehistoric life. Prehistoric life means from the earth origin onwards up to now, what are the different organisms are existed on the earth surface, that we want to know. But living things easy to understand. Okay, living things organisms wise we can able to understand, whether microorganisms or anything. But that organisms, which of the organisms are existed in the olden days but nowadays not at there, such a organisms why we need some of the evidences. That evidence is only called as a fossils. Now fossils means remnants of the plant and animals. After death, some of the things, okay, related with that dead plant and animals body things, okay, here preserved in the layers of the earth crust. Okay, when you dig the soil, earth, uppermost layer it is contains the soil, but when you going to deeper level of the earth layers, it maintain the crust, several rock particles, and then mother rocks, crust, these and all is there. So several years onward, some of the organisms under buried by the soil, and then they are giving the some of the impressions. Okay, that impressions we called as a excavated forms of the soil. Okay, by mean when you dig, nothing but paleontologist persons, always they are digging the soil. They find out some of the information of the prehistoric life. Okay, nothing but civilization, Harappa civilization. Like how we are getting that idea means, unfortunately that olden days people are survival in that one place. Unfortunately that totally will be wash out means destroyed by that natural calamities. After several years, they are expressed. Okay, open out. Okay, based on that, what are the lifestyle maybe their present, like we know about the life history of the humans but here not only human history, the pre-existed organisms history also. Okay, that only fossilized. Okay, fossilized matters, that here various type of excavated types are there. One is molds and casts and petrifications and traces and coprolites. Coprolites means nothing but after excreting of any excretory material will become a solid. Okay, that solid also gives us some of the information about the organism. Based on that excretory matter, organisms, what type of food they are taken, what type of organisms we can able to get it. So based on the various type of these soil impressions, we will know about the organisms. Like that here several organisms act as a connecting links. That connecting links not at present nowadays, they are extincted. Connecting link mean nothing but a bridge. How bridge is connecting the either side of the rivers parts or canal. Like here any two organisms, different species of organisms, that one species origin from the another species. Now directly one species and what's another species organism will not form. Intermediate stages are there. That intermediate stages in between the two species, two groups of organisms, they presence that organisms are we called as a connecting links. So here one of the connecting link in between the fishes and amphibians, that is Eusteinopteron. Eusteinopteron. These Eusteinopteron in between of the fishes and amphibians, one of the organ. That organism not at there, not at nowadays, not at present, but olden days is there. That olden days, these Eusteinopteron organism fossil we find it. Okay. These paleontologist persons, archaeologist persons are there now, are paleontologists. That paleontologist persons are identified these organism fossil. Okay, that organism having the both characteristics, both means fishes characteristics, amphibian characteristics, both characteristics they are having. They are sharing the two organisms group characteristics. And then as like Eusteinopteron organism, another organism, Simonuria. These Simonuria organism a connecting link between the amphibians and reptiles. Here we know vertebrate organisms are grouped into the 5 groups. What are that 5 groups? Fishes, amphibians, amphibians after reptiles, reptiles after aves, aves after mammals. This is the sequence evaluation of the organisms. Correct, kana? Okay, animal kingdom time we seen. So in this sequence evolution, sequence order evolution, fishes are amphibians are origin from the fishes. Fishes are amphibians. After amphibians, reptiles. Reptiles are origin from the amphibians. But intermediate links are there. So that organism act as a intermediate characteristics of the both groups of organisms. So here Simonuria is a connecting link between the amphibians and reptiles. Okay, as like another organism, Archaeopteryx. 10th standard already you heard it, this word. Archaeopteryx is a connecting link between the reptiles and aves. Reptiles and aves. And then Gnathos. Gnathus. Gynognathus. These Gynognathus is a connecting link between these aves and mammals. Okay, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, aves, mammals. Evolutionary wise, they are having the some of the intermediate organisms. That intermediate organisms on that time period they are present, but lack of sufficient environmental adaptations characteristics, that organism extincted. Okay, such a type of organisms we call as a connecting links. And then here how we have to find it these organisms. One of the method is a radiocarbon dating method. Radiocarbon dating method by the using of some of the carbon isotopes, radioactive elements. Isotopes in physics you studied that one, isotope, isotones, these and all. Here we are using the isotopes. That isotopes having the ability to find the different geographical time periods. Different time period. That means from the Earth evaluation after up to now, the carbon elements having the different isotopes. So based on that, how what type of isotopes we are using, they are reacting with that fossil things. Based on that, we will find out in which time of the time period these organisms are present. What is the nature of that organisms we can able to find. Okay, so that method we called as a radiocarbon dating method. Okay, then the dating method means nothing but we find out which time period that organism is existed. For that one we are using the carbon 14, one of the element, and uranium. Carbon, these and all, uranium and potassium, these and all, some of the radioactive elements. Uranium 238 and potassium 40, these and all. Okay, based on that only we will we will count the organism time period. Okay, that time period will tells about geographical time periods, geographical scale based on the earth rocks. Here based on the geographical time scale by these radiocarbon dating method, from the earth evaluation after onwards, up to now, the time is classified into the several eras. Okay, nothing but for understanding of yours, I will say yuga. I used one of the yuga in the some of the mythological concept Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Satya Yuga, like time periods are there now. Like here, geographical based, here we classified the time periods in the Precambrian and Paleozoic, Mesozoic and Cenozoic. These are the different time periods. Okay, Precambrian. In the Precambrian, there is no any organism. And then Paleozoic time, simple primitive organisms are evaluated. And then Mesozoic is a best time for organism evolution, very rapid, fast. Cenozoic is a present time period, we call it as Cenozoic. In the Cenozoic, highly advanced organism, mammals are well adapted. Okay. Again, these time periods, eras, we call it as eras, again divided into the several periods. Okay, this is not a time to discuss about that and all, not at much important examination point of way. So simply we will go on with this. Okay, when we free time, we will discuss about that concept also. Okay, up to now we discussed about one of the evidences based on the evolution. Here, this one is enough. Connecting links will tells about the evolutionary mechanism of the vertebrate organisms. Correct? Na? Okay, how the fishes onwards amphibians are origin, and then amphibians onwards reptiles onwards aves after mammals. These and all we find it. Correct? Na? We have some idea. Okay, with the help of the connecting links. Then now come to the another evidence method. That another evidence method, anatomical and morphological evidence. Morphological means if you see any one organism with the help of your eyes, okay, either by using microscope, whatever it is, okay, by using of your eyes, you will get it the external morphological characteristics. That is a morphological process, morphological nature, and we does not know inside how it is, what it is present. If you cut the body of the organism, we will find the different organs, how it is there arranged. Okay, that we call as a anatomical. That anatomical only we call as a internal morphology. Internal morphology. Here in these heading below I write the study of the external and internal structures of the organs. Okay, if you see your eye, it is a one ball like, that is external morphology. But internally, our eye having the three layers, that is the internal morphology. Internal morphology, we will get the study of the microscopic example, whatever it is. Here, by understanding of the different organism, anatomical, internal anatomy, and then external anatomy. Okay, for example, just understanding wise, I am saying this: monkey and human being, along with the comparison with the chimpanzee and gorilla. If you see that organisms, 4 organisms, we will find some of the similarities. But maybe some of the changes in the internal body. What are the changes? We will know. Okay, we will get it the clarity. But this is just external morphological wise. Internally, what type of liver is there, liver structure, how it is there, pancreatic, how it is, that is totally depends upon the anatomical. So the study of the external and internal structures, that is we called as a morphological studies. Okay. In this time, we want to know about evidences based on the morphological and anatomical. Here, based on that, here homologous organs is the best example of the morphological and anatomical evidences, and analogous organs. 10th standard time you studied these concepts. Evolutionary chapter already present in the 10th standard. So we have some of the basic concept, basic idea about these words. Homologous and analogous. I will tell, details I will tell. Along with that one, vestigial organs, and then atavistic organs and connective links. These connective links, already we discussed here. How you say connective links are best evidences means, if you take fish body and then amphibian's body, these connective links body externally similarity to the fishes and then similarity to amphibians. Okay, as like maybe they are having the both survival nature like that. Okay, internally lungs are maybe present like that. So here connecting links are giving you some of the evidences, morphological evidences and anatomical evidences. Then one by one we will know. First evidences based on the homologous organs. Okay, what is the homologous organs? If you use comparison of one organ in the different groups of organisms, different species, that organ, which organ you are taking, that organism structurally similar, but they are not yet performing the same function. Such a type of organs we call as a homologous organs. Pointer place parangana homologous organs. That homologous organs we call as a which of the organ having the similar structure. That means arrangement by seeing of that shape and that organ shape similar structure, but function is different. Organs function is different, are not at same function. Okay, example wise you will get it some idea. So here Keel I wrote some of the concepts examples. Due to the different need, okay, organ is the same, but based on their location where they are surviving, based on that their function is different, developed into differently. Such a type of evolution we call as a divergent evolution. Very, very important. Board wise very important. And NEET based also some of the important questions will be origin from this concept. So such a type of homologous organs are example for divergent evolution. Because of organ is modified based on their function is different. Okay, see, organs I will say examples: trons of bougainvillea and tendrils of the cuscuta. Trons of bougainvillea tendrils, you know, in plants bougainvillea paper flowers plant is there now, that have the spine like structure, correct na? That spine like structures we call as a trons. And tendrils, cucurbita means a creeper family we call as a cucurbita. That cucurbita weak stem, based on weak stem they need support to attach the any support. That wise they are having the tendrils. These tendrils and then trons are both are useful for giving the support of the stem. Okay, support of the stem. Okay, they are structurally similar. Their function is different. Bougainvillea trons are used for protection, but tendrils are gives to the support to creeping of the supporter on the support. Okay, but they are nature, internal or morphological nature is a similar structure, but function is different. Okay, so that is an example of homologous. And then next one, four limbs of the whales and bat and cheetah mammals. Just to take our mammals four limbs, okay, our hands nothing but. Cheetah four limbs, first two legs, and bat, and then whale. The structure of the whale four limbs, bat four limbs, cheetah mammals both are same structure, but function is different. If you see in the whales, it is swimming purpose. Bat flying purpose. Cheetah fast running purpose. Mammals in our body four limbs for holding of anything. Okay, balancing wise we are. Okay, but if you take that internal anatomy, understanding of internal anatomy, our bones, I mean our hand bones are 30. All the cheetah bones also 30. Bat also having 30 and whales also having the 30 bones in the four limbs, but function is different. So here structure is similar, but function is not at the same. Okay, that is a best example. And then next one, vertebrate heart and brain. That is also best example. Okay, they are heart evolution time. Frog heart, for example, fish heart 2 chambered. After that, frog 3 chambered. After reptiles, 4 chambered. Incompletely 4 chambered. Aves and mammals are having the 4 chambered. That is a developmentation of organisms, organs in the different organisms. But that and all will come in under homologous organs. Why we seen these example under homologous organ? The statement already you understand. Which of the organs are having the similar structure, but they are performing the not at the same function in different functions. Okay, and then now come to the another concept. Next one, come to the second column, analogous organs. In this analogous organs, a definition opposite statement of the homologous. Homologous wise what you said, structure is similar, function is dissimilar. Okay, different functions, but structure is not at structure is dissimilar, function is same. Such a type of evolution we call as a convergent evolution. Okay, opposite word of homologous, divergent evolution in homologous, analogous we call as a convergent evolution. These words are very important, Nanna. Examples wise, you will get some idea. Wings of the butterfly and bird. See, Nanna, dragonfly and butterfly, e-fly, whatever it is, they are also having the wings. Okay, birds also having the wings. But internal arrangement, the structure is not at same. Structure is not at same. They are different structure. But both are useful for same function, that is a flying. Correct na? Wings of butterfly wings and then birds. As like next one, eye of octopus and mammals. Here our eye and mammal's eye. Sorry, our mammal's eye and then octopus eye, both are function is by watching, by seeing. Correct? Seeing function. Okay, but the thing is here octopus eye structure, mammal's eye structure is dissimilar. Okay, not at same structure, but function is the same. Then now next one, flippers of the penguins and a dolphin. If you see the flippers of the penguin and a dolphins flip, these penguin flippers are structurally dissimilar, but using in the swimming purpose. They are in when they are in water, I mean penguin in water, it is useful for swimming wise. So function is same, but their structure is dissimilar. Okay, not at the same. As like plant wise, another example, sweet potato and potato. Sweet potato, both are function to preserve some of the carbohydrates in the inside. Correct now? But sweet potato is origin from the root modification, and potato is stem modification. Correct now? In plant, in the botany, you studied about modification of the stem and root. On the time you got it these points. Root of modified in the potato for preservation, I mean storage. As like potato, it is a stem modification, but function is both function is to conserve the store the some of the food products. Okay, that is about analogous. Now got it na? Analogous ki homologous ki vyathyasam enna? Statement wise difference. Homologous structurally similar but functionally dissimilar. Okay, not at same function. Analogous structure is a different structure and then function is the same. That is a example, sir. Very important. And then and one more thing, vestigial organs. In this vestigial organs tells about one of the organ. Once upon a time, it is a very functionative, but by the several years after, by the time period, by the necessary, that organism lose their body function, that organ function. Okay, one more time I will repeat. Vestigial organs are and the organ which is where the function in the ancestor, olden days in our ancestor organism's body, that organ is a functionative, not function in present. If it is present, if it is sometimes a lack of function, that organism reduced their size or disappear. Okay, some of the rudimentant parts only will be there. Then that only. Here these vestigial organ, it is give the some of the strength into the Lamarckism theory. 10th standard you studied one thing, Lamarckism theory, use and disuse concept. Disuse concept means which of the organs are not yet useful by the organism. Such a organs are extincted. Organs are lost out their efficiency to work, or else lost their nature. Okay, lost their organ. Such a type of organs we call as a vestigial. Simple example I will say. Nothing but a tail of human being. Okay, tail of human being. Olden days, I mean ancestor, early human being, early man time, human beings are also having a small tail. But tail is not useful. Monkeys are having the tail, that tail giving to the balancing when they are jumping the one place to another place. But we are not yet jumping. So we lost some of the ability, one function. So that's why which of the organ is strengthened to that function, that organ also will be disappear. Okay, or they lose their efficiency to work. Such a type of organs are we call as a vestigial organs. One more time, Nana, organs which were function in the ancestor but not functional and reduce descents. Okay, that is a disuse concept. Example wise you will get some more understanding. Here hind limb of a python, hind limbs of the python. If you come with any snakes, snakes does not belong, Nana, snakes belongs to reptiles group. All reptiles are not at without legs. They are having the legs, but reptiles in the reptiles group, the snakes only lost their legs because of snakes does not use their legs. Instead of that one, they want to move very fast on the floor and creeping on the floor. For that one, they are lose their wings, so forelimbs and hind limbs. Along with they want to go in the burrows. So in the burrows going to inside, legs are interrupting to the entry in the burrows. So it is non-function. So that's why not at necessary. So python lost their hind limbs. Okay, not only that, hind limbs. Pelvic girdles in the whales. Whale pelvic girdle is not at much more function, so reduced their size. Along with that, wings of the flightless birds. Some of the birds not at fly. Such a type of birds, they are not at have any wings. Nothing but emu bird, theriyum kada nana? Emu bird can't fly. So that's why wings are not at well developed. So which of the organs not at useful to them life survival, such a organs will lose their ability. And then along with one more example, here in the 11th standard digestion and absorption topic, we studied in our body vermiform appendix is there. It is one of the vestigial organ in our body. It is not non-functional, not yet, but it is present. Once upon a time, it is a function in our body. When the early man condition, we are at the food without the cooking, and we add a lot of components based on the grass, leaf. So when we are eat the direct the cellulose containing particles, that cellulose digestion wise, these vermiform appendix is a very functionative. But nowadays it is not at function because of we changed a lot for in the food habits. So based on that, the vermiform appendix size is reduced, and then function also it lost. And then nactating membrane. Nactating membrane means one of the protective membrane above the eye. If you take any early organisms means amphibians and reptiles, in their body, in that their eyes covered by the nactating because of they does not have eyelashes. Eyelash is there, protection is there. So for protection wise, that are having the nactating membrane, but now our eye does not have much developed nactating membrane. It is there but non-functional. That function is done by the eyelashes. Okay. Along with that, one more example, atricular muscular. Atricular muscles at movement of a pinna. For example, our pinna, external ear wise, we can't move our external ear. But when you see any cattle animals, the cattle animals can able to move their external pinna, correct na? So that muscles are very well developed in that organisms, but now not necessary. Reason enna, some of the insects creating the disturbance of their life. So for disturbing of their disturbing organisms of their skin, such a organisms eradication wise, these ear pinna can able to move in the cattle, but not in along with that, cattle's abdominal muscles also easily movable. Okay, that is one of the thing. And one more thing, memory glands of males. If you take a male example, memory glands also present, but those and all not yet developed, non-functional. That and all you got idea. Along one more example, atavistic organisms. Now what I said here, vestigial organs I said na. Which of the organs are not at functional, reduced, suddenly that will come in the some of the organisms. Sudden appearance of the vestigial organs we called as a atavistic organs. Atavistic organs. Okay. In this video we completed about two different evidences of organisms evolution. One is paleontological evidences, another one is morphological anatomical evidences. Nana, these one I will say experimental verification of chemical origin in the next coming video. Okay, Nana, thank you.